Hello. Testing, testing. 287. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody there? Ooh. This is a good, really good pen. Can you get me more of these?
Close window.
Why does it look, is it too bright?
I'm asking you.
No, I like the window open. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Can anybody hear me? Can you pull up your phone and make sure that you can hear it? Okay, you can hear me. Hello. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing on this lovely Sunday day? Ow. I just finished the book last night. I'm not too quiet or anything. Welcome back to book club. We are happy to have you here. Okay, let me just practice. See that you can go. I just go like this. That. And then that's it. And I don't do anything else.
You're going to minimize something, so just put it over.
I like how you know me so well. I just want to wait, make sure people are in here before I spin the wheel, is all. Well, are you going to go change or anything before you go? Just check in before you go. Are you, Anthony, Brian, are you going to get coffee?
Yeah.
From where?
Do you want something?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, how are you? What's everyone reading? How's everyone doing? How's your life? You got a book club boba? That is true book club fashion. I love that. Yeah, you can't have a bad day without a boba. I mean, with a boba. You can't have a bad day with a boba. Okay, cool. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, no. Wait, were you able to get into your... I guess you're in your... I guess you don't have to be. Were you able to get back into your home? Oh, hello. The demon has blessed us with her presence. It does. It feels necessary. I'm going to get a tea. I'm not going to get a boba, though. Dude. You're the fastest changer ever. Are you going to get food, too? Or are you just getting...
I don't know. Decide on my drive.
Well, no. Decide now.
I don't want to.
Well, I'm saying if you're just going through a drive-through, bring her with you. But if you're going in...
I want my options, so...
That's so rude. Marlo just wants to go for a car ride. Okay, I am being forced to spin the wheel because my husband thinks I'm going to mess it up. So he wants to be here when I spin the wheel. So we're going to spin the wheel super early today. Oh, When the Wolf Comes Home is so good. Are you enjoying it? Oh, I don't know if you can hear my cat screaming, but... Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You can just, I mean, if you care, leave before we ruin the ending. Oh, is that the new Eric LaRocca book? Is it good? Oh my gosh, no. Wow, that's like a really serious surgery, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I hope you're doing okay. This morning, Morella was doing something she shouldn't be doing. She was chewing on a shirt that I just bought. And then Brian picked her up and she was like, oh, your cat was chewing on your new shirt. I was like, your punishment is 1,000 kisses. And then she went, She did not like that idea. Where is she?
She ran out.
What? Okay, so we're gonna spin the wheel super early. Sorry. But you know, then we'll have all of book club to. I hit this.
Holy shite.
I'm not good with technology.
What, you're gonna...
I could touch this one?
Yeah.
And I go here. Okay, see? I know how to do technology. I'm like so smart. And then I go this way. Okay, yes. Yeah, I've never read Phantom of the Opera before, but now that you say it, I think I have 2 copies. Blood Meridian. How is that? Yeah, I'm super interested to talk about this book because I just feel like it's going to be so different for everyone. Oh, really? Okay, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad it wasn't a horrific surgery. But that just sounds so intense. I hope you have lots of books to keep you company. Wait, can you guys hear me now? Okay. I think it was because I switched. Okay, okay. That is actually good to know for when I do that in the future. So now I know when it switches to that one that you'll only be able to hear that. But you guys can hear me now, right? The thing's good? Okay, so we have wilderness horror. So then at the end, we'll get suggestions. And if you don't stay to the end, totally fine. I will post on Instagram and you can give your suggestions there as well for the next 24 hours. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so we have to figure out why that is. Okay, anyways, I was just saying that it was the May one and yeah. Okay, so wilderness horror, that's a good one. That'll be a good one, especially, well, I guess I can't speak for the whole population, but for over here at least it's getting hot and cold, but it feels like we're heading towards summer. But we have 2 days left of cold, cozy weather. And then it gets hot again. All right, I am looking at my notes. 52 fingers. Cool. All right. So I guess... Sorry. Yes, wilderness horror. No way to think about it, fit the monk into the category. Now you freaking kill me. We were talking about it yesterday. I was like, I had a feeling it was going to be Stephen King, but I don't know if that was just my hoping, because I have a Stephen King book that I want to read or what. And then we were talking about how it was going to be The Monk. All right. Got a cat. The demon is ready to lead our book club. Oh yeah, and if you have a wilderness one and you want to put it in before you leave, that's totally fine too. So, I don't know if you can hear my cat purring. Thank you very much. She's from the mean streets of Palmdale. That's where we rescued her from. And she was the only one that was colored like this. She was with a bunch of gray cats when we got her. And my husband was like, oh, get this one. You wanted a cat that's like, that looks unique. And then we brought her home and she turned into a little demon and I love her. Okay, so just generally, how did you guys feel about this book? Before we get started, before we hop into it. I didn't even read the, which I always do. I didn't even get to read the author's note or whatever, or acknowledgements on the back, which I always read acknowledgements, so I do have to read that today. But what was your experience reading the book? Did you guys enjoy it? Was it not for you? Was it your favorite book of the year? Tell me all of your feelings. Oh, that's I honestly don't know what's wrong with my mic. Hold on, let me see if I can find myself. It says I'm live. Oh, it's gonna be an ad. Um, okay. You can hear? Guys, I don't know. Thank you for telling me because it just says that it's fine. So I'm not really sure what's going on. So just let me know if you can't hear me. Thank you. Sorry, I really need a new cord for this mic. I don't know if Marilla bumped it or what, but usually if it turns off, it goes black and it's green still. So I don't know. Okay, it was intense as far as chronic illness went, but the last half took a turn into the surreal. I had problems reading the book for some reason. It took me pages to get through the text, even though I got the feeling that I wasn't understanding all of it. The glossary is good. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Marilla, I'm so sorry, but can you get down? Because I don't want the mic to turn off again. I'm sorry. The surreal part was hard to follow. Okay. Marilla. Ah, don't eat that. What the hell? Hey, get out of here. Go. You cannot eat paper. Okay, can you hear me now? Sorry, Marilla was eating paper. Okay, sorry. So sorry. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. I'm just trying not to touch the mic or the desk at all. Oh, interesting. I could see that. Especially like the surrealist part of it. Okay. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The book starts off with some strange stuff, like she's brought home by an Uber driver, or I guess she also feels someone like licking her on the bus and no one's reacting to it. She gets an Uber drive home, and then once she gets home, she gets contacted by her Uber driver saying like, "Oh, hey, where are you?" And she's like, "Who did I just get in the car with?" So it does, I guess, start off kind of real. Maybe this is like, at first I wasn't sure why this was there, but maybe this was to let you know that things were going to get weird later. I don't know. But I guess we do have a little bit of that feeling coming off. So essentially we have a group of friends. They just moved into their aunt's old place, I think. They're two cousins and then the cousin's boyfriend. And Billy is the main character that we follow through the story. And this is interesting too because I really felt like it was hard for me to connect with the writing. And I am interested in how like people from maybe the UK would experience it versus someone from the US maybe. Okay, they get money from the dead aunt and buy the place with the money. Okay, I thought it was they bought the place with her money because she was like still there talking about how the money was hers, the dead aunt or whatever. I think it's the old church that they bought with the aunt's money after she passed. Okay, I had a really hard time imagining like the church, and then there was like a different house, and then there was the graveyard. I had a really hard time imagining the setup of this place. So, yeah, I don't know. I just had a hard time connecting with the writing style, but that very much could be because, like you said, it's a very British book, and and maybe there was a lot of things that I missed. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there are some people that still didn't connect with the story. Okay. Yeah, that's what I had a problem with, kind of like the setup of the story, imagining where the houses were, where this cemetery was, what it looked like. It kind of all just felt like one property, and maybe that's what it was. But yeah, it was hard for me to follow along at the beginning on where everything was. And then you have more things that aren't based in reality happen. You have her cousin like break her leg, where all she does is step backwards and her leg like snaps and the bone pops out of it. So you definitely do get, I guess, I wouldn't describe it as surreal until you get to the later on in the book, but I think you do have a little bit of that surrealness sprinkled out through the story from the beginning. So I guess in retrospect, that's kind of cool that you get kind of, you get to like dip your toes into it, and then you get fucking pushed in the pool toward the end of the book. Okay, it was easy for me because the slang was local. Yeah, right, right. That makes sense. But yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, just the experience of reading a book from a different country than the author was written. And that's so, yeah, I don't know. That's really, that is, because I wasn't really thinking about, I wasn't really like confused, I would say, from different words and stuff. I feel like context wise, you could pick up on a lot of stuff that was being said, but I guess some stuff I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, but they did say spanner in there. Did you guys see that? I thought of my I thought of my Patreon people when I read spanner. I was like, you mean wrench? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, are things expensive out there too? See, that's why I thought that they were being sold the land, but it was their aunt's property. That's what was in my head, and that also confused me a little bit later on. More telling than showing. Yeah, it wasn't very descriptive, I guess. That's true. Okay, that makes sense. But then what's a Wendy house? I didn't understand what that was. Oh, okay. So you were able to pick up on more of the slang terms. Yeah, there was definitely some stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm not sure exactly what that is, or like, yeah, just certain words. I can't. I wish I should have like written them down or something. And it would have been nice to know that there was kind of a index in the back to help you through certain words in the beginning of the book, because you get to the end and you're like, oh, that's cool. But it would have been nice if I could, flip back if I was confused on something. Like when Billy escapes out the kitchen window. Yeah, okay. It it's hard to say too, because there are some surreal aspects of it too. It was hard to like take anything too serious. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like if a hole just opened up in the wall, you would just be like, yeah, that's just what's going on in this story. You know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't visualize like the layout of the house. I didn't visualize what it looked like. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't like a descriptive sort of book. But I was just curious if you guys felt that way too, because from the beginning I was like, man, I cannot picture this place. I'm having a really hard time picturing it. Terry Gillingham. I apologize, but I don't know who that is. Is that like a director? Okay, the cousin bought with the money inherited from her. So it was not her aunt's property. It was just money that she got from her aunt. Gotcha. Oh no, I just touched the cord. Hopefully it's fine. Yes, okay. I know, shoot, $62,000. I was like, I'll live by a freaking graveyard. That's insane. Yep, don't know if I had any thoughts, to be honest. But then I got to the back and I read that. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what that is then. But yeah, it would have been nice in the beginning to be like, hey, if you have any questions throughout, you can flip to the glossary so you won't be confused. Oh, it's a kid's playhouse. Okay. A tiny wooden shed for kids playing. Okay, see, don't had no idea what the fuck that was. I mean, that's what I inferred from the story was that it was some sort of like something for a kid, but it made it seem like it was a full house, and so I was a little bit confused. But like, I could have Googled this stuff, I'm sure. Yeah, that's something that I have so many questions about. Oh, okay, so it's just like a little plastic. Okay, okay. Yeah, so I don't know what we would even call that here, but we definitely wouldn't. Yeah, we would probably just call it a kid's playhouse. But I've never heard the term Wendy house before or whatever. Yeah, there's an index after the book. After the book, and I think it's after the medical info too. Yeah, glossary of terms in the back. Oh, did you read it on Kindle or did you get the actual book? Because it might be different on Kindle, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's hard to kind of decipher from this book is like the things that I may not have connected with it could have been a metaphor for the larger issue in the book, 100%. Oh, interesting. Really, the Albert and Billy stuff, I feel like was the most confusing part for me. You like their dynamic? Okay, so we have them. They move into this place. The cousin is a tattoo artist, like you guys said. Billy is a ceramicist. I actually don't know. I actually don't know how to say a ceramist. Sorry, I'm so stupid, and I did not sleep well last night, so I'm probably gonna have half of brain today. Oh, actually, I slept 6 hours. That's not bad. I slept 6 hours? Okay. All right, not to brag anything, but I slept 6 hours last night. I feel like I did not sleep well, but okay, sorry. Pulling up my notes again. Okay, so cadence of this or ankle breaking. So you have these multiple times throughout the beginning of the story where there's some sort of surreal aspect to it where you're like, what exactly is going on? But you just accept it and move on. Then you kind of find out that she has a chronic condition. She's having a really hard time at first being believed, seeing doctors. She's kind of told to just deal with this pain she can't get surgery for months on end. She has to go doctor to doctor and like figure things out. This was the aspect of the story that I liked the most. I think that the comments on chronic illness, I felt like, wow, this is a really great book, not even for just the people dealing with her issues, the main character's issues, but for anybody with chronic illness to read this. I feel like there will be aspects of the story that they can connect with, and I really liked that. There's not a whole lot of that. I mean, now with social media and stuff, I feel like there's more talk on it, but chronic illness is so challenging and it's so hard to be believed even by your loved ones, even if they're not trying to be disrespectful, but it's just not something you can see. So I really liked that kind of the main point of the story was revolved around her having these chronic illnesses and showing what it's like, showing like how hard it is to get diagnosed, how hard it is to be taken seriously, how hard it is to be, I mean, even for your family and friends to even understand. I thought that was really, really neat. So the first part of the book, I really did enjoy that. Oh no. Oh no, you're going to touch the cord. No, no, no. Sorry, you're going to have to get down. I'm so sorry. I know you like hanging out up here. Oh, your claws. Okay, she touched the cord, so hopefully hopefully my thing is still working. Oh, interesting. Charmed by Albert. Oh, yeah, Morty, you didn't finish the book, right? You didn't get to the end? You're gonna be in for a surprise. Oh, okay, yeah, finding out the truth about Albert. Yes, yes. Oh, you didn't like any of the characters? You thought the stuff with Dolores was fun at times. Interesting. Okay. And the doorman with it raining footwear was great. No. Oh man, not Albert. Oh gosh, that's so funny. Chronic illness and women's health in particular. Yes. So under-researched, so dismissed. Yes. Yep. By healthcare. And even like, I'm not joking. I'm not talking about every doctor, but there are even doctors who give you wrong information in women's healthcare. Like, it's just, all of it is a freaking disaster. It's all horrendous. And yeah, 100%. Women's health is just not taken seriously. And so I think it's important to have discussions like this and have books like this. And I think that a lot of women, but I think a lot of just anybody with chronic illness can connect with the story. But yeah, 100%, a lot of women, even if you're not chronically ill, reading this book and being like, oh yeah, no one's taking me seriously, doctors aren't listening to me, whatever. I think it's important subject matter to discuss. And like the information on the back, like it takes 10 years on average to get diagnosed, and like a high rate of the population has this. It's not just 1 in a million, you know what I mean? It's pretty freaking common. So, and I really did like the information. Well, I guess we'll get there. Okay, so you felt the same. You enjoyed the real world stuff. You enjoyed the parts in the real world more than the later parts. I feel 100%. I agree with you 100%. I did like the idea behind it, the later stuff, but I mean, I guess we'll just get to it now, because what else is there to say, right? Oh, the only thing else I'll say is I did like that they put in that her Marina, I think her name was, the cousin, when she breaks her leg, I actually thought that was a really cool part of the story, because you bring up that she broke her leg or sprained it or whatever the heck it was, and weeks later she's still limping on it, and because you can see it, because it's like in your face and you can tell she's in pain and you can physically see that she is hurt, she's tended to be believed more than someone with chronic illness. I really like the juxtaposition of those two characters, and I thought it was really smart to use like a physical like being physically harmed versus a chronic illness, and compare the two essentially. Yes, very clearly written that like the authors are talking about their own experience. Yes. Hating Chandler receptionist from the beginning. I liked Clara, I guess, but Billy, Marina, and her boyfriend. I just feel like I didn't really get to connect with any of the characters in the story, and that was kind of the hard part about being sucked in. What would you guys even say? Like, what happens? She gets like, she enters like an alternate dimension. Like, I don't know. How would you guys describe what ends up happening to her when she goes to this quote unquote hospital? I just wrote sup with the whole. Don't know what that means. Okay. I need to take better notes with this. Sup with the whole? Okay. And I guess even before that, really quick, because so Billy begins growing this like additional person on her, on the main character's side that is weighing them down. And we also see Albert, he's like at his wife's grave and he has arms coming out and he says it's his wife, but it ends up, I think, killing him. What did you guys, how did you guys interpret those things? How did you interpret the person on Billy's hip and then also the hands around Albert? Yeah, sorry, Morty. Albert's not the great guy you think he is. Yeah, see, I feel like that's, I feel like it's a comment on a lot of things. Yes, of course, women's health and all of that, but, and like how women are treated in healthcare, but even just how frustrating healthcare is in general. It's all for profit. It's just, there's so many flaws in it that I think that there's a lot of things that you can relate to, maybe even if you don't have chronic illness, you know, but yeah, just dealing with trying to get a doctor's appointment, how long that would take if you called to try to make an appointment right now, you know? I've been freaking talking with my doctor for 3 days trying to get a freaking referral. I'm like, can you just send the referral? You know? So I feel like in general it's relatable, but unfortunately. Yeah, totally. We know, but they should, yeah. I to me, I can only give you my interpretation, obviously. Obviously, we're going back between real life and this like world that's in Billy's head. So Billy sees that I think it was only, wasn't it weeks that it was still purple, I think. But to me it was just used to signify, like I said before, that if someone is bruised, you can look at that and say, oh, that person's in pain and feel some sort of empathy toward them. Whereas if someone's like, oh, I have a chronic illness, I can't get out of bed, a lot of time the reaction is, okay, you're just lazy. So that's how I took it. And I thought it was only weeks, but I could be wrong. Okay, the part where they find the metal box in the playhouse, open it, and Billy sees the rotting hand and they see nothing. Then fast forward and we find out what's hidden under the cement foundation. Oh, okay, yeah, that's something that I did forget about in the story too. Is she's the only one that could see this. I don't know, what is it, guys? Is it like an alternate dimension? Is it an underworld? Is it just in Billy's head? What is it? I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe it if I don't even know what it is, you know? Yes, exactly. If you're let down by medical professionals, you can relate to just everything. Yeah, 100%. So I think at its core, even if you didn't love this story, even if it wasn't for you, obviously that's totally fine. But I think it's important to discuss these topics, and we all need to come together and be like, this is unacceptable. We need to be treated better. A kind of nightmare dimension. Okay, that's a perfect description, actually. Oh yeah, okay, I didn't even think about that. Enzo Ferrando had you laughing. Okay, that is kind of my take on the whole Albert thing too. The hands coming out of Albert, he saw as his wife and he was almost comforted by it, but it's what led to his eventual demise. And even Billy could see, like, hey, that's not your wife. That's exactly how I interpret it as well. That yeah, exactly. If you hold on to grief too much, you're not living your life. It's not about that person that you're missing anymore. And yeah, I guess that's what eventually led to his death. Oh, interesting. You interpreted it as cancer. Oh. Or like depression or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it as grief, but yeah, I mean, there's a million different ways that you could see it. Whatever it was not. The only thing I would say though is he did see it as a positive thing. He felt comforted by it. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But see, isn't this so cool? I think I say this every book club, but I love just talking about something, even the littlest thing in a book, and we all have different ideas or views on it. And you're like, oh wow, I never thought about it that way. Yes, the letters from the hospital showed that they were. Oh, you're saying the letters that they received. Okay, I didn't see those as I didn't really see anything in chronological order, but I get what you're saying. Yes, the doctor's notes were years apart. But everything's so like this kind of that I wasn't relating it to the actual time frame, like that they were in the house or whatever, but I can see why you would question that. That's totally fair. Yeah, it was all over the place. The timeline, yeah. Oh, that's such a good way of looking at it. They can see each other's illness or what's haunting them. Yes. So as part of the baggage, Arthur. Arthur? Is his name Arthur? I don't know. There's so many freaking people in this book. Ooh, that would make it kind of even darker if it was. Oh yeah, they do say isn't there some comment in there about naming things too? So yeah, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, obviously any interpretation is right. Albert. Okay, yeah. I was like Arthur, and then as it came out, I'm like, didn't sound 100% right. But I probably said Arthur earlier. Sorry, I'm getting everyone confused. Albert, okay. Yeah, I think the messy time was intentional too. When dealing with, yes, 100% constant referrals. And also, if you're stuck inside, you're in pain all the time, you're not going out, a day is a day. It doesn't freaking matter, you know? And then all of a sudden, years have passed and you're like, oh, I just wasted X amount of years. So I totally understand why the timeline was kind of funky, because it could be a day, it could be months. And yeah, like you said, dealing with just appointments and this and that, and not having, like you said, she stopped working. She doesn't have friends. She's not going out, or sorry, the main character is not going out, doesn't have friends. Sorry, I'm gonna keep messing up and saying she, but you guys, I'm not intentionally doing it. It just keeps, I don't know. It just keeps coming out. But you get what I mean. So, oh, okay. So then this is what we were talking about with Albert. It said, I saw flashes of Noreen rooted deep inside Albert, tissue constricting his organs, taking him over. I saw cells bubbling and expanding. I feel the pain shooting from his chest, the heaviness, sense the uncertainty, the parasitic nature, the grief, the denial, and I understood that whether or not it made sense to us, Albert had felt no fear. So yeah, I guess, yeah, you could definitely interpret that as anything, I guess. And honestly, maybe he did feel comfort. Maybe, like you said, maybe it was something like cancer, and maybe he did feel comfort in it knowing he would be with Noreen soon. You know what I mean? Like, it could be something like that as well. So kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yes, and the time waiting on the phone. Yeah, man, all the doctor stuff in here, I was just like, God, it's so unfortunate, but I'm sure everyone has had just frustrating experiences, or doctors. I mean, I have seen so many doctors in the last few years. There's one doctor out of every doctor that I've seen that I've been like, you're a good doctor. Like, you actually care about your patients. That's messed up. That shouldn't be the case. I know they're not all bad, but it is kind of like you have to trial and error 10 of them before you find one that actually listens to you, you know? It's just not cool. Just like, it's just weird. Why go into healthcare if you don't care about the patients, you know? But I guess the system's overrun. It's not always their fault. It's a whole system issue. Okay, so then it takes this Alice in Wonderland. This is what I put. This Alice in Wonderland mixed with Beetlejuice turn. That's how it kind of felt to me. So she ends up stepping into this like nightmare, alternate universe, other dimension, place that only she can see, whatever, however you want to describe it. Sorry, the main freaking character. I don't know why I can't get that through my head. The main character, Billy, steps into this other kind of dimension, and then things get weird. At first, she's admitted into this place saying she needs to, and they're like, okay, you need to see the surgeon. And there's just tons of people waiting. And then she ends up, I'm skipping a lot of stuff, but my gosh, it's just, there's so much here. It's hard. It's going to be hard to like sit down and analyze one little thing and be like, what do you guys think this one particular thing means? But I think just, we'll talk about it kind of as a whole. But, so she enters this place and ends up eventually getting picked up by this group of friends within this like realm. Am I explaining this? Is this making any fucking sense? Oh, geez. Such a good question. Why is Alice's daughter behaving like a dog? I have a lot of questions about like Albert, Alice. That's where I got the most confused. And why does she keep her in a freaking kennel and no one, I don't know, calls CPS? I'm not 100% sure, but Okay, so you got a few chapters in, it clicked. The book really was, and I found that it was kind of tragic. Less so because of the story, what the book itself is. Okay, so well, yeah, but like she's in a kennel. Like that's just not something's going on, no? Right? Yeah, and so the whole place is very weird. Something will just fall through the floor or things will just rain down. It's very surreal. And then I felt like it was part Beetlejuice too, because then you have people like eating each other and weird things going on and people's intestines being ripped out and all sorts of stuff too. So that's how it felt to me, kind of Alice in Wonderland mixed with like a Beetlejuice, when they go and see Beetlejuice in his little afterlife. I don't even know. Place. Yeah, the Beetlejuice waiting room. Yes. Okay, that's a much better way of explaining it. I know it was hard. And so that was kind of the frustrating part because at the end of the story, I'm like, okay, I think I get what was going on. However, to just make a left hand turn like that in a book and then add in a whole bunch of new characters, how are you expected to connect with anyone? You know what I mean? So I had a really hard time connecting with the characters. Like when one of them disappeared or whatever, I was like, I don't even know these people. I don't care. So I had a hard time connecting with them. Obviously, I'm not a fan of. It reminded me of reading like a ghost story, even though I know it's not a ghost story. But you know how in ghost stories, my issue with them is like, there's no rules, so you don't really know what to expect. And then it's like all made up. So then it's almost like, why am I reading this? It kind of doesn't matter. That's kind of how I felt a little bit with this. It was like, okay, I get the concept and I liked the concept. I thought it was cool. But do I need to read 200 pages of these people or 150 pages of these people that you just threw at me? I don't know. I don't know if I needed like that much of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. How did you guys feel? Did you guys like the weird surrealist otherworldly nature of the book, or did you prefer the stuff more set in reality? Oh yes, okay. They came together because they were intact. Yes, in a realm where everyone was missing appendages. Yeah, okay, that's thank you. I'm gonna miss a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't think I took the best notes. I think I was just trying to hang on to my sanity reading this. And because Billy is intact, they welcomed them into the group. But also, you find out later why they were accepted into the group, right? That's okay. Off topic is totally fine too. To be fair, my friend's kid likes to sleep in their dog basket. Oh, jeez. Um, yeah, I mean, to each their own, I guess. I just think if someone was like, yeah, I guess if you had a dog and they were just in a crate, it would be different. But I don't know. It felt nefarious to me, the kid and Alice. I think like most things in this book, it was a metaphor to just show generational trauma. Like if you've experienced bad things, you're most likely going to pass that on to your kids. But yes, obviously, set in reality, a very strange thing to just bypass in a book. You know what I mean? Oh, a wonderful question. What was up with the saunas? What did they represent? There was so much of that. Why did they keep eating? Like they kept eating a certain thing at the table. Didn't they keep eating like, I don't know, roast duck or something? Like there were so many things in there where I'm just like, I don't know if you stopped and analyzed every sentence, if you would be like, oh, this is genius. This is a metaphor for this or that or whatever. Probably. But it was a lot to take in at once. But yeah, what did you guys think about the saunas? Okay, yes. So that is a great thing to bring up. The second half of the book, I thought it was about fighting the patriarchy, which also is hard to do. And I have trouble reading books like this where you go in and you're like, okay, it's about chronic illness and this is going to be great. But then like they bring up politics and then they bring up, the patriarchy, and then they bring up childhood trauma, and then and it's so much. I felt like the second half of the book went in 100 different directions. So yes, I do think, yeah, I think you're right. But it was just so much going on. For surrealism to work, it needs to go completely insane mind bending, or else it's like, what's the point? So would you say that this was a successful representation of surrealism, or would you say that it wasn't surreal enough? I mean, yeah, I totally, I'm thinking about that, and yeah, the surreal books that work for me are. Yes, Marlo, I know. Go wait for him. Sorry, my husband just pulled in and she runs upstairs to bark at me to tell me that he's home. I'm like, girl, I know, I can hear. Yeah, I'm just curious how you guys felt about the surrealism in the book. Did it work for you? I usually enjoy this sort of thing, but for me, this was underdescribed. Interesting. Okay. Jumping to the Hell Dimension Hospital with all the new characters, being hundreds of pages. Yes, before Enzo shows up again, just made the surgery lack the emotional weight. Oh, interesting. Okay, because it had been so long. Okay. I wanted to stay in reality. Okay. See, this is so cool seeing how, especially with a book like this, like how do you interpret this? Everyone's going to feel differently about this one. Oh yes, okay, because you felt the connection between Billy and Albert, and the home renovations could be a metaphor for, medical struggles. Hadn't considered that. Yeah, and also the animals on the wall, I kept being like, I know this is here for a reason, but I just can't figure it out. And like the saunas, and like there's so many things that I'm like, if I spent enough time thinking about it, I'm sure it would make sense. But you're reading a 400-page book and you can't stop at every line, So it was hard to really get to the bottom of everything. And then the real reason. Yeah. Goose. That's what they were eating? Yeah. Okay. So you generally like surrealism. Thank you so much. Thank you. But we were dropped into it. Billy was clearly there for some time and grew strong connections that we didn't get to experience because we just met them. Yeah, so that was the difficult part. Okay. Yes, like the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, 100%. The Daily Feast. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So more like Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff, which actually, it made me be like, I should read Alice in Wonderland because I've never read that. It seems like a book I would really like. I did feel as soon as I got the grip of the whole metaphor, something weird came out of nowhere. Yeah. Yes, the rap of the day, and you're like, and I'm like, okay, never mind. Yeah, 100% agree. Where you're like, okay, I think I know what's going on. And yeah, they talk about the rap of the day, and you're like, why was that in there? I'm sure there's a reason. I'm not saying that there was no reason, but yes, if every single line is a deeper metaphor for something, it's kind of hard on the reader. And if you have an overarching understanding of what's going on, I think it's fine. And obviously, there's going to be things that every reader misses in books. But with surrealism on top of that, I think it was really challenging. Okay, or that, you know, yeah, like you're like, okay, this is just weird to be weird, which also, I'm sure, you know, that happens too. Yeah, for sure. You could definitely pick out certain things and be like, okay, yeah, I can see how this is a metaphor for that, or oh, thank you so much. Really? Animals on the wall, especially when they started laughing. Oh, Evil Dead 2 reference. Interesting. Okay. No, no, no. No, no, no. Stay down there, please. Can you interpret it as mental health care? The one who is Alice's mom had the star on her neck and obviously struggled after. I think the saunas and the sunbeds were to represent. Oh, they were a present. Wait, hold on. Gosh, can I read? Sunbeds were there because they were present when Noreen was held in the world by Ken. They looked large in those memories, and so now. And also, like, the sauna was where the couple went to, like, make out and stuff. Seeing Albert killing someone in the house. Alice's mom had the star in it. Oh. Okay, okay. Yeah, so, like, the impact of that on... Okay, but guys... Alright, so did you guys feel... Okay, yeah, so that's what I wrote. It's difficult to connect with these people halfway through the story. And then I was like, wait, is this magical realism? And then I was like, wait, no, it's not, because it's not really set in reality, but it kind of felt like that for me. Okay. What did you guys get as the overarching metaphor for that, like, world? Did you guys get anything out of it? Because I have an idea of what I think happened. But I'm curious if you guys thought that there was something, or was it just... what did you guys think as a whole of that other reality, that nightmare world, that Beetlejuice / Alice in Wonderland type of thing? Oh yeah. Morty, if you're still here, Albert killed someone. Sorry. I saw Ken like a personification of the NHS. Interesting. And the author's dislike for the NHS really showing through. Yeah, that's actually a good... I hadn't even really considered... I considered him more... Damn. I considered him more as just like a representation of male figures to me, because especially how he dealt with, what was her name? Dolores or whatever. But he named her Dolores. But yeah, I mean, both things can be right too, because it could be about how the healthcare system, like the injustices done to women. It could also be about just how women are treated in general. So oh, okay, interesting. Okay. The author tried to make a connection between two historical sets of crimes and then the pain and surrealism with the NHS abuse. Okay, and perhaps failed because it was too ambitious. Interesting. Gender is totally a big part of in there too, like you said. There's a lot going on. Yeah, 100%. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my idea, and maybe it's completely wrong, and maybe you guys are gonna be like, "Where the hell did you get that?" But this is my idea of that part of the story. My idea is that eventually Billy goes to get the surgery. It's a metaphor for the NHS. Starting off great, but is now struggling. Oh, okay. People mentioned, yeah, the neurology. People fighting for appointments, etc. Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, like the people eating each other and waiting forever in hallways and stuff. Like, yeah, definitely. Right. That's another thing too, is like you almost have to applaud the author, regardless how you felt about the book, because you're just like, this is a lot. A lot going on. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So just the decline of the health system. This is what I feel like. You guys tell me. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like Billy ends up getting the surgery. And I think, doesn't she say, isn't somebody named, hold on, let me Google this so I don't make an idiot of myself if I'm wrong. Okay, this is what I think happened. I think Billy goes into surgery. It's an intense surgery. She has a hysterectomy. Like, that's fucking crazy. I think she gets sick during surgery because remember one of the people she calls E. coli, like Eden coli or something like that. So my interpretation of this surrealist aspect of the story was that during or after surgery, she's fighting this infection. I'm assuming has a fever, is really sick. And so these are the weird like dreams she's having during her time in the hospital. Is that crazy? It could be that Billy's on a lot of drugs in the hospital and you're just a bit trippy. Yeah, okay. Oh, see, yeah, I guess it would help if I knew more the history outside of my own country, you know? Like, we don't really get news on much outside of the US. So, yeah, that would have been helpful to know. Because, yes, the protests to me were like, what is happening? Where is this coming from? But that would have been good to know. Yes, it was the author's debut novel, so it was pretty ambitious and brave. Yeah, for sure. Yes, there is one comment in there about right wingers. And the upper class, okay. And the working class being, yeah, so there's just so much going on. The interpretation makes sense to you. There's so many bugs you can pick up in the hospital. Yeah, especially after a serious infection or a serious surgery like that. Yeah, that's true too. It could just be just a comment on, yeah, the whole, obviously if you have that many people in one place, there are going to be germs and bugs running amok. So that's true too. So that's how I envisioned it. And then once I got to that point, I was like, okay, I think I get it. I think I know what's going on here. After she has her surgery, she gets back in an Uber and sees her cousin Marina, and then they go home. And then she's like, can live somewhat of a normal life. She's next time we see her out in public and have friends and is at a party and stuff. So I think it does resolve into a happier ending. But my question came with Dolores because, okay, am I wrong? Is Dolores not her mom? I'm so confused on this part. I thought Dolores was her mom who took her own life when she was younger. No, she only fights the patriarchy when she's sick from a hospital bed. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, man. Also, the having to lose fingers to get surgery too, I really liked. She had to cut off her fingers for this. It wasn't the surgeon; it was whoever else was in the room, to like pay the price of getting surgery. I also thought that that was a pretty interesting analogy for what you have to lose and give up to even make it to that point, you know? Yes, it's like one of those paintings where no matter how many times you look at it, you see something you missed. 100%. Ghost feminist sequel idea? Wait, what? What about the demon? A demon coin slot? I don't remember. Okay, yes. So Dolores is Noreen, Albert's wife, but her mom did take her own life. But doesn't she say that she's her mom? Am I crazy? Did I just make that up? Like Dolores is like, I saw you. That's why I took you in. She saw her running around. That's why I took you in because you looked like him. That's what she says. So then I was like, wait, it can't, but Albert can't be Billy's parent. So what is going on? I was so fucking confused. But she was kept prisoner along with the twin. Oh, along with the twins. Yeah, yes. Oh, and the little disc man. Yeah, so then that's actually a good thing to bring up too. So she, one of them, I think it's Dolores, has like a disc man that's used as a key. No, can you get down? I'm so sorry. Can you get down? I know you want to hang out. I'm so sorry, but you're gonna turn off my mic. I'm sorry. We can cuddle later. And so at first you're like, if you just read at base level, you're like, this is so freaking weird. What does that mean? But there's so many things where if you think about it, you're like, okay, that could be connected to nostalgia or childhood or what, you know what I mean? There's just, I think a lot of things that if you sat and thought about everything in the book, you could interpret it. No, Dolores thought she was her mom, but she was actually Alice's mom, who left the family after she walked in on Alice chopping up bodies. Billy let her believe it because she didn't want to upset her. Okay, thank you so much for explaining that. I was so confused. I'm like, how is she both of their moms? Okay. I thought Billy's father killed Billy's mother. Billy's mother took her own life, and Billy's father put her in the trunk of a car and drove her to the hospital, right? Isn't that what it said? Oh, or yeah, I guess the suicide could have been a cover-up, I guess, yeah. Or suppressing a memory. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good way of looking at it. I hadn't considered that. That is completely possible. Anything is possible in this book. Okay, that's fair. Well, that explains a big part of it because I was very confused. The only other question I have, though, is just like, what are the odds? Okay, so then what are the odds that they end up buying the house next to Albert's family? Because that's why I was so confused. And also, Albert comes and visits the grave, and then his daughter's in the next house over? Like, this whole setup just confused me. I thought that they bought their aunt's house, and then I was like, okay, maybe that's where the connection is because they lived near each other. But if they just bought a random house, that's so random. And then also, she brings Alice a book from this, like, afterworld or otherworld surreal reality nightmare place. So then is it real? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, I'm so confused because I thought that the cat was a rat. I thought it was a rat the first half of the book, and then it turned into a cat, and I was like, wait, did it turn into a cat, or am I just so stupid and I read rat even though it said cat? I have lots of questions. And then I think Albert killed his mom? Did Albert kill his own mom or his sister or something? For money? I guess, oh my god, you guys, I guess if Alice is Billy, that might explain her staring, or why Billy and Albert connected so strongly so quickly. Holy crap! Hold on, let me think about this. Because no one else sees Alice. Someone else runs up and knocks on the door and leaves. But it's like, I think it's more a dilapidated house. So what if it is kind of like Billy coming to terms with the fact that her dad did kill her mom? You are a genius, Michael. Okay, so I'm not the only one that thought it was a rat. Because when it started saying cat, I was like, huh? But then I accepted it. I was like, yeah, it was a rat, turned into a cat. The story's fucking weird. Let's go. Yeah, that's fair too. It's just, yeah. You're like, come on, you're not going to accept that she knows some guy that killed his, yeah. Yeah, he killed his own mom so he could buy the house or stay in the house or, yeah, something with money. Albert killed his mom and was living with his sister, whom he also killed, I think. Oh, a double murder. Sorry, Morty. Okay, she did start, yeah, she did start as a rat. Okay, that is good to know. I thought I was losing my mind for a minute. That maybe Alice had experienced the hell world because she had a scar on the back/side of her neck. Possibly if she had mental health issues, she wanted to be near her old home. I thought at the beginning. Can you hear me? This freaking mic. I'm gonna have to get a new cord before we do another live. There were a few errors throughout. Tail instead of tail. Larger instead of, oh, interesting. Could have been a rat instead of cat. Thank you. Okay. The cousin saw Alice. Oh, she did. She did. pointed through a window a couple of times. Okay, well, maybe she's just more of a metaphor of... But that still could be, I mean... It still could be a metaphor for her, like, coming to terms with the fact that her dad killed her own mom. That's totally fair. But yeah, you're right. I'm assuming she's the one that was, like, being weird and pacing and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. Hard to say. But I feel like it's one of those books that you can interpret a million different ways. Yeah, okay, having a rat tail. Oh, and then having feline attributes. Interesting. Okay, so I just saw a rat tail and went, that's a rat. And the book said, no, you cannot take anything for face value here. That's kind of cool. The cousin is also Billy. They're all Billy. The cat rat is Billy too. Yeah, man. You could definitely. I like that interpretation that even if Alice and, but you know what? I honestly feel like Alice and Billy are the same because they call Billy Little Rabbit, and then Alice. Like, I feel like Alice is just a pawn. She carries around a pawn. Do you see? It just keeps getting deeper. We are all Billy. Wait, am I Billy? Oh my god. Holy crap. Could be a rat-cat demon hybrid. I mean, I do have a working theory that all cats are cat-demon hybrids. I got one right there. There's a little Billy in all of us. Oh, okay, so that's a good point. The fingers, at least. What do you guys make of the cover of the book, as well as the title? Because, can it focus on that? Or no, it doesn't want to. That's so rude. Okay, whatever. The weight of 52 fingers. And especially the fingers coming out of the head. Sorry, I'm going to mess it up, so it's going to have to focus again. But yeah, like on the cover, it does match someone's description. I think it's the one, not the surgeon, that gives her the surgery, but the whoever else was in the room that ate her fingers, I think is described with having sharp teeth. So I'm assuming that's kind of what this is. But what do you guys think of the fingers on the cover that are coming out of the head? And what do you guys think the significance of the title, The Weight of 52 Fingers, is? Oh, interesting. Okay. So just like generally a metaphor for just like the agony that this character is experiencing throughout the book. Or I guess not even just Billy, but plenty of characters, especially in that underworld thing, are going through a lot of pain. Oh, that's cool. The cover artwork is drawn by the author themselves. Okay, love to hear that. A multi-talented individual. I love that. Don't you just, you see this and you're like, you can write books and draw pictures? Can you spread a little of the wealth, you know? That's not fair. Okay, so the anesthesiologist took, oh, that's who it was. That doesn't say anesthesiologist. Anesthetist took fingers for payment and ate them. Those she ate grew on her as as usable fingers. I think the cover depicts, okay. And then do you think there's a significance of 52 specifically? Like, it can't just be a random number, right? Why 52 of them? Are weighing down. Okay. Weighing down on Billy because it's a cost-less-reward problem. What must she lose to gain the freedom from her pain? I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, and it's also something else that's interesting is to consider, even though Billy has gone through so much in this story, even though they're in agony for so much of it, they can't live a normal life, they're miserable, no one's taking them seriously, all these added things. Once she goes into this other world, whatever it is, and sees that there are other people who are struggling even worse than Billy is, I think that part probably messed me up the most. Was, yes, it sucks what Billy went through and like awful, horrendous, but there's people that are still waiting. I feel like that even makes the book darker. Possibly relates to physical illness. Enzo fingers weighing on you mentally. Oh, that, you know what, that's a good interpretation too. That it's not only a physical thing, it's a mental weight as well. I like that. Maybe just like the number 52. Yeah, 52. Oh, deck of cards. Alice in Wonderland again. There you go. That is, I was waiting for a connection there. I think you found it. They do play cards at the beginning of the story. Wow, so a lot of thought went into this. What are you doing? Okay, just ignored me. That was rude. Yeah. 52 weeks in a year? Another one? I like that a lot. Perhaps Billy loses so that an anesthetist or the NHS or whatever gains a finger every week they wait. Whew. That's tough, man. That's tough. I love that. I love that for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I like that a lot. Man, that's pretty dark. It's pretty dark if you think about it. Yeah. No, I guess we don't know. The weight of 52 fingers. Or maybe the weight of that or the price of that is getting your life back in some capacity, you know what I mean? Could possibly some of it be related to that. Can't remember what the number was. Yeah, I don't know exact number too. But yeah, okay, so that's actually a good thing to bring up too. That's the crazy part of this illness, because even like, I like how it's described in the back that even the severity of disease doesn't necessarily correlate to pain level. It's the craziest chronic illness. Not the craziest, I shouldn't say the craziest. There's plenty of crazy chronic illnesses. But, like, for example, a friend of mine was diagnosed with stage 4 endo, and it was like shutting her organs down. Like, crazy things were happening. She had zero pain. None. It's just crazy, the variation of this illness. So I was really grateful that this author provided some information on the back and like some links to know. And, you know, I feel like this is the way that women have to fight back, is through knowledge. And if you read something like this or you're experiencing something like this, and then you could be like, hey, maybe this is what's going on or whatever. I just think that it's really important So regardless of how I felt about the book or connected with the book or whatever, I think that it's such an important subject matter, and I'm really grateful for this author, not only for sharing, I'm assuming, their experience, but also for putting all of that information in the back of the book too. Knowledge is power, you know? Yes, write something so ambitious for their first novel. Oh, the weight would depend on which fingers. Okay, so now we have gotten to the end. That's kind of like my consensus of the book. Was I had a really difficult time picturing like the house, the chapel, whatever. I did have trouble connecting with the writing style. Like you guys said, it could be because I'm not British. It could just be because it felt a little unsettling to read, and that could also be the author's intention, especially with a subject matter like this, you know? So I wrote that it wasn't my favorite book, but I really do appreciate the subject matter behind it. And I think that discussing it like this with you guys, I learned a lot. And you guys gave me a lot more to think about, which I think is another reason I like book clubs. It typically makes me like the books more at the end. So, final wrap up. Well, if you guys have anything else to talk about too, obviously. If you guys have questions or want to talk about a specific part, we can do that as well. But if not, what is your final consensus of the book, final rating? How did you feel at the end, kind of thing? It did take me a while to get through, I'm not gonna lie. I think I read this for like maybe 5 days or something. It took me a minute to get through. Maybe 6 days? I've been reading it for a while. Yes, all over the body. Yes. And also, I did recently learn that... Am I wrong in this? I don't want to say it if I'm wrong. Hold on. And it is extremely rare, but men can develop endometriosis. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that, actually. Okay, with hormone imbalance. So yeah, I guess it mainly is just women who are affected, which is crazy. And like, you know, I think part of the reason why there's so little research on it and no one fucking cares. Yes, definitely. It can be everywhere. It's so misdiagnosed. And the symptoms are so varied, you know? Oh, interesting. You wanted more of that aspect of it. I kind of, yeah, I guess that would be, yeah, I guess that would be interesting, I guess, to get a little bit more perspective on if it is the writer's individual story. Like I said, I hadn't read the acknowledgments yet, so. Okay, so you found it hard as well, the writing style, okay. It was a frustrating read for me, but like you said, it opened up dialogue about the topics. Yeah, and also, maybe that was the intention, you know? Maybe the writer wrote this and was like, you're not going to have a fun time reading this. This isn't a happy book. That very well could be too. It wasn't perfectly executed, but it definitely left me interested to see what their collection of short stories will be like. If you do end up reading that, because I think, isn't that out this year? Will you let us know how that goes? How it is? Like, I'm just curious if they always veer into the surreal. I'm not sure if fully surreal works like that are for me or not. Wait, really? For reals? Oh, what a wonderful question. Yes. The title, please. Oh, number of weeks in a year. Wow, this is okay. So this is a personal story. Because, like I said, I didn't read the very ending, so I wasn't sure if this was a personal story. Wow, that is so crazy. How? And then was there an intention with the 52 uh cards in a deck as well? Because the characters did play cards in the beginning. It had so many like weird Alice in Wonderland type themes. The fingers on the cover represents fingers as status and the idea of the parts of ourselves we're forced to give up because of medical negligence. Wow, dang. That is so great. Well, first of all, I mean, I just have to say, the cover is so cool. It's one of my favorite book covers. It just immediately intrigues you, you know? Wow, how cool is that? Oh, another great question. Yes, the Albert Billy thing. We were debating what is going on with Albert and Billy's mom. Albert slash Billy's mom. Wait. Yes. So like if Alice was like a metaphor or like if Albert was a kind of pawn for Billy to come to terms with what happened to her childhood or what? Pretty neat, man. Pretty neat. That is crazy. Well, I guess not. If we haven't gotten to the monk yet. Which I was saying, I was like, isn't that so funny that I think 2 out of the book club books that we've had this year have been Nat's picks? Still haven't read The Monk. The idea that Billy and Albert are connected through invisible illness that drew them to the waiting room. Man, see, I feel like this is one, you're gonna have to read this so many times. I mean, just so impressive how much stuff is in there. Like Oh, that's so funny. That's why their lives were linked. Okay, it's coming out in September. Cool. And that's the book of short stories. We will get to it. I will find a way. Yeah, you're like, how can we connect this to wilderness horror? Well... Oh, saunas. That's a good one. Yeah, so that's I think part of the story is like it's almost at times challenging, but I mean, yeah. When you write a story like that, of course it's going to be frustrating, it's going to be, you know. But yeah, what about the saunas? And is it weird? Is it weird hearing people interpret things differently? Like, is it weird sitting there and being like, oh, that's interesting that they saw that? Or, what? You can come here, but you can't go up there. Oh, Ken was a representation of private healthcare. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, okay, so then that is oh, be careful, don't touch that. That is like toward the end of the story when I was reflecting on Billy's journey, how I was like, wow, Billy went through so much, but also look at all the other people that are still waiting. You know what I mean? Like even still how messed up Billy's story was, there's still people who are waiting. So yeah, that's actually a really interesting point. Like, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I think that was successful. The acid trip feel, it definitely did feel like an Alice in Wonderland slash Beetlejuice kind of weird. I don't even know how to describe it. What is your favorite rap of the day? Really awesome. Excited to see those short stories. Curious. Yeah, I'm curious how much they differ if they're not surreal like this book. I'm interested to see like the juxtaposition between a novel and the short stories. Very awesome, very awesome. Usually I have a list of favorite quotes that I read to you guys during book club too. I mean, obviously I highlighted all the stuff that I connected with. But I didn't write down the page numbers like I typically do. I didn't take the best notes on this book. Because like I said, I was just like, wait, what's going on? That is so neat. I mean, I love the little lines throughout the book that are just like this one. It says, I've been violated, conquered, leeched. I thought that was such a great quote. And then I really liked this one. It says, years ago, I wouldn't have been able to go on a trip with my friends. I wouldn't have had a job from which to book holiday leave. I wouldn't have wanted to be around people to put myself out there to live. I feel like I was waiting for a time without Enzo, free of discomfort. But there is no waiting to get better. We can't wait. If we wait for too long, before you know it, so much time has been lost. Not just time, experiences, friends, relationships, and joys are replaced with isolation, depression, and anxiety as health deteriorates rapidly. Which we naively thought was our birthright, a pain-free existence. The world is seldom so easy. That was, I think, my favorite quote in the book. And I still have the acknowledgements to read. Pretty awesome. What does that mean? What does that mean? What were they out of? Lord? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Fauntleroy Weekly? Please explain. It's been raining footwear. Oh, yeah, you said you liked that one in the beginning. And considered for a moment and said, okay, it's crap when that happens. That is so cool. The whole of 78. Pain hasn't been the only thing keeping me up. Never underestimate the power. Perspiration can happen over a person, sweat pulled beneath me. From the first day, the air felt warm. Through the day that the sun began hibernating, the leaves topped the browning grass, and with each one that fell, a little bit of my spirit tumbled down to meet them. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. Yeah, wow. Definitely a big undertaking for a debut novel. I think the subject matter definitely impressed everyone. Okay, do you guys have any other questions about it that you want to ask, or any other thing that you want to get to? You guys, this is why I love book club, because I feel like I just always end up with more, just contemplating the story more and thinking about all the things I'm like, okay, but now what about this? And one of my favorite sections was Billy seeing their true appearance and finding out Enzo had been hiding it from them for their benefit. Oh, I don't know if I even caught that. It was also interesting too, like Enzo wasn't always a bad guy. Like he was kind of always there, always supporting, always always with you. So that was interesting as well. He wasn't always seen as, like, there are definitely worse characters in the book, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, definitely should be proud of it. Definitely an important subject matter to discuss, and I'm definitely grateful that you wrote a book like this and that, people have access to it and can inform themselves, and I think that's really important for chronic illness in general. Especially because healthcare, unfortunately, universally seems to just suck. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh yeah, so you want to get into wilderness horror, recommendations for wilderness horror? Thank you very much. This was a really interesting read, and I think oh, okay. So that'll be in 2027. Okay, well we will definitely keep an eye out for that one. That's really cool. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering questions. That's really awesome. Yeah, a really ambitious first novel for sure. Exactly, yeah. The fact that you've even written some and the cover art, I mean, come on. Like I said, that's not fair. You can write a book, you can draw art for the cover. That's not cool. Share some talent with the rest of us. Exactly, yeah. I think it's definitely an important story to be told, and I am grateful. And like I said, yeah, so many people can read this regardless of if they have endo or some other chronic illness and really feel connected to it, or even not chronic illness, but like we were saying, just dealing with hospitals and doctors and all the BS that comes along with it. So I think it's definitely an important book. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I think we did didn't we do one of his books for book club? Yeah, we did. It wasn't The Troop though. It was The Deep Desert. Yeah, any wilderness, right? Yeah, we did The Deep. Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, what are your wilderness horror book recs for next month? Oh, Sundial. I just read that one. That was that was a weird little book. That was an interesting one for sure. Actually, she just came out with a new book this year. I wonder if that one fits into that category too. Oh, dude, I've been trying to get this book, Dark Matter. It's like 40 freaking dollars off of Amazon, or the last time I checked. But I would love, love, love to read that. Yeah, no, that's fine. We could do Nowhere Burning too. Nowhere Burning, that's what it's called, yeah. Would love to read that one as well. Oh, I see you, Richard. That was my first, I'm sure I've told this story one bajillion times, but that was the first adult horror book that I ever read. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. And I was transported into those woods. And I finished the book at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just had never experienced anything like that before, as I had read, children horror books up until that point. And I was like, whoa, what was that? That was the beginning of my adult horror book journey. My friend just let me borrow that Adam Neville book, so that's perfect. And I already got Hunted. Darcy Coates. I'm sure it would. Yeah, I'm sure it would. Buffalo Hunter. I haven't read it yet, but I'm assuming it for sure counts. Yeah, any sort of wilderness, anything. Honestly, your interpretation of whatever these things mean. Remember, we don't always stay on theme either with the book topics, but like even classic the classic horror one. I think we ended up reading a pretty newer book. So honestly, it's your interpretation of whatever wilderness horror is. I really want to add The God of the Woods, but I think that's a thriller book. Yeah, it's a thriller. I will not add that one. But I do really want to read that one. Let me see. Dark matter. Oh no, dang the freaking. What's her name? Michelle? Michelle Paver. I don't know. Maybe I can find it from like eBay or something. I haven't looked anywhere. I just looked on Amazon and the cheapest one right now is $37. Isn't that crazy? But I've been looking for it everywhere. Also, maybe I could rent it from the library. I don't know if they'll have it, but the only thing that sucks is it's not on, like, I can't even get it on Kindle or anything. Michelle Paver collection. But I haven't looked on eBay or something like that. But just in book for book club, it might be difficult for some people to get. Oh, I've been wanting to read this one. Itch. Wait, can you get it cheaper? Is it cheaper on your Amazon? Because because we're not in the same country? Is that what it is? Sapphic Forest Horror. Oh, I didn't. But that one has been on my list for a while. Okay. Green Fuse Burning. That one I haven't heard of. Would Annihilation count? Yeah. Right? Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yes, but I will say, I'm going to add it because it certainly counts. But I will say that one has been selected for like maybe 3 book clubs. And we have not read it yet. So maybe that means it's time. Its time is coming up. Yeah, I think that's a short story. Yeah, a very short story. But we, where was that? Richard, we could always read that one on Patreon if you want. Thank you so much for stopping by. Super appreciate you answering questions and stuff. That was so nice. Really awesome. Really, really appreciate it. The book, the Who Goes There? Oh. It's only $8.99 there? What the? That's crazy. Yeah, that was how cool is that? That's so neat to get questions answered in real time, you know? Okay, Sapphic Forest Horror does sound like a pretty great description. Oh, really? Is that a debut novel too? Hello? Google doesn't know what the heck is going on. Wait, so do you want to add Who Goes There? The book that the thing is based off of? Thin Air. Okay, let me see if let me see if I could find that one. But I might have to... Oh, I can actually get that one. Thin Air. I don't know why the other one's so expensive. Let me look on eBay. Oh, it's $11 on eBay. Okay, I can order it on... It's just not on Amazon, so that's fine. I don't mind getting it from eBay. eBay or this, I don't know what this is, Abe Books. It's only $4.57. Oh no, this ships from the United Kingdom. Okay, so shipping will probably be $100, but I could get it off of eBay. How weird that it's not on Amazon and... I love this, the black and white cover of this Dark Matter story book. Dang, this, it says Dark Matter, a ghost story by Michelle Paver, British signed hardcover first print is $168. That's nuts. Ow. Sure, trying to push her books. No, I'm just kidding. The Rainforest. A 2025 Supernatural book. Isn't this so cool? Isn't having book club so cool? Sorry, I'm just seeing if this one's easier to get. This one is... I cannot get. See, that's the only thing that sucks. This edition is not available for purchase in your country. That's so rude, Michelle Paver. What the hell? Why do you hate Americans? You heard it here first. Michelle Paver hates Americans. Okay, The Hunger. Any other suggestions? Oh my gosh. Oh no, I did. I was gonna say I didn't read the TBR book, but I did. I read No Country for Old Men. Never mind. I just switched which one I was gonna read. Okay, Wilderness. Desert or forest. Ooh, what about like, I don't know if this counts, but what about some Isabel Cañas books, like the Vampires of El Norte or the Hacienda? I feel like the location is part of, I don't know. Maybe I'm just pushing it because I really want to read her book. What's What's the Gruffalo? I know, that's how I feel too. It's like, yeah, it can be anything outdoors, and I can't think of one book. I feel the same way. Wait, what's a Gruffalo? Oh, that's good. The Fisherman. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And if it's on 10 lists, maybe eventually we'll read it because I would really like to read that one. I don't know. What's a Gruffalo? Do I have to Google it? Indian burial ground? Burial ground? I think it was like a location or something, right, Richard? The TBR? Oh, it's a kid's book. Hold on, let me Google it. Oh, I've seen this thing. Maybe. I've never read this though, so but I think I've seen this little guy. He's very cute. I'm a slow reader. The Gruffalo might be a nice change of pace. Oh, fuck. Okay, the woods are dark. Oh, God. Richard Lehman? Is it just gonna be him assaulting women for 300 pages? His books are crazy. Wilderness horror books. Maybe if I Google it. Popular wilderness horror books. Oh yeah, Dark Matter is up there. The Troop, The Terror. I think that's a little long to read in a month. Oh yeah, somebody did put Who Goes There. What, you freak? Why are you just staring at me, you freak? Ew. Okay, Who Goes There? The River at Night. Man, I don't know any of these. Horror in the Woods, Forgotten Places. Off Season. Oh gosh. You guys want just like a bloody massacre? The Hunger. Oh, did you? Yeah. What Lies in the Woods? That's a thriller. Yeah, surprisingly, like, not a lot of books that I even know about. I'm having a really hard time even, like you said, like even thinking about this. Oh, is it a scary? Dang it, I did it again. Can you hear me? Is it a scary kids book? Wait, is he alive? Never mind. I shouldn't even say that. I freaking killed off one writer. I don't need to kill off anymore. Oh, we can add novellas. That would be, there's a million great novellas, so I think that's a great category. Jurassic Park. You want to read Jurassic Park? Yeah, you want to add Jurassic Park? I'll read it again. There's a lot of assaults for Keen books. still add it. We can still add it. We can just, you know, give, because like all for the layman book too, I would tell people like, hey, just so you know, probably shouldn't read this if you're sensitive to certain topics. And I think that way, if, you know, if people want to skip a book club month, that's totally fine. Poor Dan Simmons. It's not my fault. Wait, is this a book title? I don't know. Mastodon? I've never heard this before. Steve Stred. But I feel like this is a perfect one for like spooky woods and stuff, but I just can't think of any. You killed a writer? Are we just skipping over that? I said, I don't remember where it was. I think it was in a book club. Someone's brought up Dan Simmons and I was like, oh, isn't he dead? And everyone's like, no. And then like not that long later, he died. So, my bad. Whoops. Didn't mean to. Albert Sanchez. Yeah, I've only read the first Jurassic Park one. And I still have that freaking Sphere book. I think I'm going to try to read that this summer. I really want to read that. Yeah, then it's fine. I'll just let people know. Oh, who was that again? That was Brian Keene or Keeney? I don't know. And then Richard Lehman. I'll put little stars by them. Oh yeah, The Willows. That would actually be a good one for the novella one. 'Cause I would like to talk about that one. And we can also, too, for the novellas, if they're super short, if that category gets selected, we can also pick two and then you could just pick one and then we could split book club in half or whatever. Dan Simmons wasn't a nice person? Wait, why do you say that? Wait, why? Which T. Kingfisher book would you like to add? Oh yeah, and then so do you want me to add all of, should I add all of Michelle Paver's books, or do you want to just pick one? Or do you want all of them on there? It doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys want to do. Oh yeah, Stolen Tongues. That's a good forest one. Stolen Tongues. Wait, guys, what about, no, that I wouldn't say that's wilderness. Well, it's kind of wilderness. Oh yeah, you guys, what about, that, fuck, what's that? Pen Pal by Dathan Arbach. Oh, I'm adding that. Pen Pal. Probably everyone's read that one, but... Okay, I thought he wasn't alive, but I was too scared to say. I was too scared to say. Okay, you want to add off season and just gross people out? I am down for that. What's the dude's name again? Jack Ketchum. Okay, the twisted one. The twisted one's the hollow. I haven't read these ones. Places. I think I've only read one of her books. T. King. Oops. But I can't even remember the title. Oh, you want to add Michelle Paver to a category? I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't like making decisions. Do you want to add her as a category or just keep her here, or what do you want to do? Oh yeah, The Witch. That's a really good... Oh, I wish there was a book like that. I think we actually watched that on Patreon not too long ago, maybe last year, the end of last year. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe like two or something. I really want to read it, but I remember watching the movie when I was younger and I remember not loving it, and I really love underwater stuff. So I wasn't sure if I would love the book, so I haven't read it yet. But yeah, it's been on my shelf, and every time the other day I just saw it and I'm like, oh, I really want to freaking read that. I'm gonna try to get to it in summer, but I have like a stack this big of books that I want to read this summer, and I haven't even started my spring reading yet. I'm a little behind. Okay, cool. I'll add pen pal. Really? How did I not know that? I guess I don't really research writers, but that's um news to me. Okay. Um okay, so yeah, so then I'll just have Michelle Paver as her own thing here, and then maybe we can also go by like which book, if she gets picked, like which book is easier for people to get. Dark matter. That sounds good. Okay, I did add both of the T. King Fisher books. Blah. I can't remember which one I read from her. Okay, sounds good. We watched some good movie stuff, but we also watched some, sometimes Patreon makes me watch bad movies. Bad as in like messed up, not bad like shitty, you know. I read parts of the Canterbury Tales in one of my classes in college. I don't know. Did I take a Chaucer class? I don't know. Or I don't remember if I took a whole Chaucer class or if I took or if we just read some of the can. Oh, I have the book somewhere. I don't know what that class was called, but I've read some of it, but I don't. I'm like, yeah, there's no way we got through all of the Canterbury Tales. Ray Mears autobiography. Who I don't know who is that. I try to be aware of who my money goes to, particularly when they're alive. Yeah, if I don't agree with them, I try to get their stuff secondhand so they don't profit from it. That's totally fair. Yeah, that's a hard one, but like also, I totally get that. I mean, yeah, for sure. If somebody doesn't align with your views or whatever, and you don't support them 100%, but also like that's so hard. If I read 10 books a month, You know what I mean? Then I have to research 10 different authors. That's crazy. But yeah, of course, if you come across something like, dude, I just came across the a video popped up on my feed about the author of Coraline. Had no idea. Had no idea. And I watched a whole video on it and I was like, "Oh, won't read any more of his books." So that's kind of my thing. Like, yeah, if I come across stuff, but like it's just so hard nowadays, you know? We're in a tough place. Yes, Neil, is this Neil Gaiman or whatever? Yeah. And so, you know, now I will not be reading any of his books. But yeah, it's a hard place with social media and stuff because you have so much access to a person. So on one hand, yes, your money should go 100% with people you align with and stuff like that. But on the other hand, man, it's like a full-time job. Finding out who to support and who to, you know, it's tough. But I can definitely respect that. And also, some people can separate art from the artist and be like, well, I read his book, and that doesn't mean I agree with his views. And that's totally your own decision to make, you know? Oh, yes. What? Oh, no. Maybe What Moves the Dead? That sounds familiar. It might be that one. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nat, so much. Okay, yes. So let's actually pick a live stream date for House of Leaves for May because I do want to do that, and we're what at the end. So I don't think that typically it takes a week to select the book for book club here, and then I do a month after that. So I think our next book club. Oh, actually, it will be in May because what just happened? Oh my god! Like 80 things just opened on my phone. So if we do the third, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it actually will be in May, but that's okay. We could do 2 live streams in May. We hold on. Let me grab House of Leaves because we really do need to get this bad boy finished. And I know it's like a freaking mental workout, but we're so close. We're so freaking close. Where did we leave off? Do you even know? I have so many. Okay, I think this has got to be where we left off. We left off on page 313. And this looks like a pretty hefty chapter. So maybe 313 to 370. How many pages is that? I think we could do that. Alive by Piers Paul Reed. Piers Paul. Yeah, it's so weird. The only book that I can think of is ooh, this looks interesting. This story of the Andy survival. Yeah, that looks really cool. The only one I can think of is like Hatchet or that other one with the guy with the kid went into the woods. I can't remember the title of it, but it was a real life thing. He like read one too many transcendentalists and then went and died in the woods. It's not funny. It's not funny. Okay. Somebody actually gave me one of his books, the Neil Gaiman books, and I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, this was so good. And then just recently, a video popped up randomly on my YouTube that was like, hey, this guy's a bad guy. I'm like, what? Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, I'll post the next one. soon. Yeah, it's hard, right? Oh, really? A lot of you liked his writing advice? Damn. Yeah, exactly. If you naturally come across it, then you're like, okay, yeah, I can't really support that. Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, and then it sucks too because you want to support the authors that you love and appreciate and respect and, So yeah, but I do feel like, art is inherently political, and I feel like you can kind of get a feel for most people, at least nowadays, reading their stuff. Like there's always stuff in books where I go, yeah. Yes, knowing nothing about not even writers, like anyone. You know what I mean? Like any sort of artist in general, any actor, like we're living in such a weird time where we just have access to everyone 24/7. Let me see. Hold on, so we're on chapter 13 and we were going to read up to 15. Wait. Hold on. I need like a freaking 10 months to figure out these Roman numerals. 10? Oh, that's wrong. Okay. So this is 13. Where am I missing these chapters? 14. Wait, 14. 16. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so bad at Roman numerals. Where the heck is chapter... Oh, here we go. Okay. So 13 to 15. How do you remember that? Into the Wild. Yes, that's the one. Okay, so chapter 13 to chapter 15. Can we do that like middle of May? Oh, fuck, I keep... So 1, 2... Maybe, what about the 17th? We can get up to chapter 15th by the 17th? House of Leaves, chapter 15 by the 17th. Because that's not too many pages. It's like 40 pages exactly. Is that too little? I don't know. You tell me. What are you doing, you weirdo? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why don't you just ask me for a pen? You're so weird. Okay, yes, when the money you spend is funding them. Yeah. I don't know, but I still like if you already own a book by them and you read it and then like say you talk about it and then people get mad that you talk about it, you're like, well, I already owned it. You know what I mean? So I get like both. I get both ways. I get, people make their own decisions. It is what it is. Okay, so that's 40 pages. Yeah, I guess that's good because then we can kind of dip our toe back into it and we don't have to read 100 pages. But I'm pretty sure we left off on 13, so we'll do 13 to 15 and we'll do that on the 17th. So we have like 3 weeks to read that, which I think is necessary for me because it's gonna take a minute for me to get back into reading that again. Yeah, I know. I think that's where we left off because that's where, like, I have a lot of bookmarks, but on chapter 13 is where I have, like, an actual bookmark or, like, post-it notes versus a bookmark. So I'm pretty sure that's where it was. And then we'll just, yeah, we'll start slowly. We'll start slowly, work our way up to more. But we're so close. I think we only have a few hundred pages left, so. Sorry. Yes, totally. Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess that's true too. It depends on, and it also depends on if they're like actively a hateful person versus, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like there's everyone has their own limits on those decisions. So, House of Leaves has approximately 285,000 words, which is less than War and Peace, which has approximately 785,000. Wow, that's a huge difference. It makes sense though, because in this one, like that's what I was saying with this book. If you stopped and you analyzed every single thing, it would take you forever. That's kind of like what House of Leaves is. But it forces you to stop because you're like they're like, "Hey, solve this code." And you're like, "Okay." Okay, well then I will post on Instagram as soon as I get off a little thing. So for the next 24 hours, if you think of another wilderness book, you can put it there in Instagram. Otherwise, we got tons of options, and I'm excited to read any one of these that gets selected. You know what? I just started the book that I posted that just came out, The Caretaker. I just started that last night after I finished the 50 Way to 52 Fingers. So we're doing the Gruffalo, right? Oh man, you guys crack me up. That's so funny. If we're doing any child's book, that would be so funny if we did a book club for kids' books. And we all just recommended our favorite kids' books. You know what? We should do should I add a book club category for Goosebumps? And then we could just pick like a few Goosebumps to read and talk about for a book club? Is that super lame? Like, where's Waldo? We're like, so I think the red and white stripes signify his. Paperback. That always weirds me out. In the US, you can only get hardback covers for the first year a book is out. So it always weirds me out that other countries get paperbacks before they get hardbacks. Well, yeah, that's still, no, still, that's a huge difference. That's like almost half the words. That's crazy. Only if we're really lucky. Yes, exactly. You overanalyze everything. You're like, well, in this depiction of Where's Waldo, he's standing next to the pirate, which signifies his childhood trauma with his relationship with his father. You've never read Goosebumps? How? 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 Okay, well, I am adding that to the list just for the sole purpose that because Morty has never read Goosebumps. That is our goal in life, is to get Morty to read some Goosebumps. And also, we could do a Goosebumps and a regular book too. We don't just have to talk about Goosebumps. But I think it would be fun to have it on the list. What the fudge is that? You guys are not even... Oh, I've seen these. My friend has this book. I didn't know that's what it was called. How do you even say that? Gashly Crumb? Gashly Crumb? My gosh, this is so funny looking at your guys' favorite childhood books. My favorite is A Porcupine Named Fluffy. That was my favorite when I was little. That is so interesting, though, that you even have access to them because the book just came out. We can't even physically get one for like 6 months to a year. It's probably closer to a year. So that's so strange to me that you guys have the choice even. Or like, because I know in Australia, they get paperbacks first and then like a year later they get the hardbacks. I'm like, how does this make sense? So you have both copies, but they go different places? That's so weird. Publishing is just a whole different ballgame. I don't understand it. Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you weren't like in that right age to read Goosebumps, that makes sense. I was more of a Bailey School Kids gal myself, but I did read Goosebumps. Oh my gosh. Yes, I you know what? I ended up buying that the choose your own the freaking what's her name? That book that I posted, the Choose Your Adventure adult book, the Frida McFadden book. I ended up buying it because I was like, "Oh, that's a reason to buy it." It has terrible ratings. I'm so excited to read it. I've never been so excited. Christopher Pike? I don't think I ever read any of that. I honestly went from kids' books straight to Stephen King. I didn't have any, I never ever read YA novels until I was an adult. And then I've read a few. But I never read them like at the time that you should have read them. Yeah, Fear Street. I only read one Fear Street book and that was a few years ago. I don't know how I missed. Yeah, I totally skipped over the YA phase in life. My mom was like a pretty big Stephen King fan, and so when I graduated 6th grade, she bought me my first Stephen King book, and then we would sit at the pool, like in our community, and we would just read our horror books. But yeah, I missed all the YA stuff. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for that discussion. That was really fun, and I'm glad that this one got picked. I felt like it was a really good subject matter for the topic, the perfect book for that category, you know? And I like I said, discussing books because I feel like I always come out liking them or at least understanding them better, you know, than I did before. And I learned a lot. Midnight Club TV. No, I don't even know what that is. The Little White Horse. Oh my gosh, I've never even seen this. But I was also, I will say, I was a pretty weird kid. Like, my mom would take me to the library every month, and I would get, like, what happened to the Aztecs? Like, I would get the weirdest books. Not that that book is weird, but, like, for a kid in elementary school to be like, this is gonna be so interesting. I read a lot of random stuff. But I've never seen The Little White Horse before. A talking giant cat. Oh, that's so cute. Wait, I don't even know what that is. Oh. I've never even seen this. The Master and Margarita? Satirical masterpiece. Written in the Soviet Union between 1928 and 1940. Published posthumously. I've never seen that. Yeah, definitely. And it just makes you think more. Because somebody else interprets something different and you're like, oh, never thought of it that way. I don't even know what that is. California Diaries? What the fuck is that? A spin-off novels. Oh, I've read The Babysitter's Club 100%. I did read those. I guess those are YA novels. Oh yeah, and I guess I read like Animorphs or whatever. I think those may be YA stuff. As they navigate middle school in California. That's so funny. I have lived in California my entire life. Never heard of that series. When I grew up, I wanted to be a Cyclops. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Dude, this random video just popped up on my feed. And this, it was last night, and it was this mom talking about how her son, her like little boy, like little toddler, only will refer to himself as grandpa. So he like wears a gray wig and glasses and gets mad when you call him anything but grandpa. And I was dying laughing. And then the comments, of course, the internet is freaking psychotic, and the comments are like, he's gonna be a serial killer. And I'm like, huh? Have you never met a child with an imagination before? A Cyclops? That is so hilarious. Oh my god, Interview with a Vampire. Yeah, that's an intense one. I feel, isn't that a long book? That's so funny. American teens. I mean, definitely sun. Yeah, if you live in California, you definitely have a lot of sun. That's true. Weird kids rule. We did, yeah, that is true. We did go to the beach all the time as kids. My aunt just sent me a photo of me and my brother when we were little in the beach, and he was buried up to his head, and I was just like dancing and stomping on his head. And I was cracking up. Animorphs being turned into a film? Interesting. Yeah, those Animorph covers. Yep, those will stick with you. Yeah, Greek mythology is. I mean, those are like some of the best stories. You can't even. No. You can't even write stuff like that nowadays. They're like more disturbing than horror books now, you know? Cerberus. A Dalmatian version of Cerberus. That's so funny. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't read a bunch of Animorphs, but I do remember I did get a few of them. I rented some of them from my school library. I know. Actually, I was talking to my friend. This was a few years ago, actually, but I think he has all of the Babysitter Club's books, and I was like, "Can I borrow them?" Because I want to revisit them. Wasn't there a Babysitters Club? Was there a movie or something? Or am I thinking? I think I'm thinking of something else. Actually, I think I'm thinking of. I think. I think I'm thinking of this Adventures in Babysitting movie that I watched as like a super little kid. Oh, I love nostalgia. Oh, is it? I guess I assumed that all Anne Rice books were huge. Or are you joking? That is a quick read. Were there symbols on the sound? Yeah, there were signs, I suppose. Gotta defeat your enemies young. Were they? That would be interesting to revisit childhood books and see if they were worth. Ooh, that's actually a fun video idea because then I could just read stuff that I want to read and I could just revisit childhood books and see if they're worth reading. Hmm? Like, do these childhood favorites still hold up or something? Because then I could just read a bunch of books that I want to read. Oh man, I haven't read them in forever. My favorite was always the dummy one. Was it? I don't know what it was called. Night of the Living Dummy. Oh no, Slappy the Dummy. Night of the Living Dummy. Yes. I always liked Night of the Living Dummy. When I was younger, I had these porcelain dolls, and they're like porcelain dolls are super expensive, but me and my cousins would all get them. But I was terrified of them. I hated them. I thought that they came alive at night and did bad things. And my very first story that I wrote was about my dolls coming to life and trying to kill me. And I was in, I don't know, third grade or something. And so the Night of the Living Dummy always messed me up. Oh, jeez. Is he vacuuming? What is happening? Oh, okay. Well, then I will try that one. I honestly thought all Anne Rice books were huge. The only one that I have is that Witching Hour one. I think it's like 1,000 pages. And I did start it, but I never finished it, which I would really like to. Oh, and you know what? Okay, you guys are probably going to get mad, but Interview with a Vampire is not like on my top movies. So I just kind of assumed I wouldn't like the book, but obviously that's dumb. You can't make that assumption. But I remember, and I was young when I watched it, so maybe that's why, but I remember watching Interview with a Vampire and being like, okay. Oh, that makes sense. The Very Hungry Caterpillar is secretly a metaphor for capitalism and consumerism. I could see that. Yeah, that greedy little bitch. The barking ghost? Is it about ghost dog? It is about a... Wait, this is a mean ghost dog. Is it mean? I don't remember hardly any of them. I just remember the dummy, Night of the Living Dummy, and like Vampire's Breath. Just the basics. The invisible one. Calling All Creeps. I feel like those the first like 10 that came out. The Dawn of the Dead, if you think about it. See, I feel like we actually could sit and analyze children's books. I want to get through The Witching Hour. I don't know if there's a Blob one, but the Choose Your Own Adventure, I forget what it's called, like the something about dangerous purple peanut butter. I liked that one. Used to make up ghost stories about your porcelain dolls. That's hilarious. Still remember them? I still have my porcelain dolls in my garage. They're in a thing. I named them all. And they're like cool dolls if you like dolls. I just they always creeped me out. I don't know why. And like we did not have money. We did not have excess money. And my mom went out of her way to buy those for me and I was terrified. They lived in my closet because I was too scared of them being out of my closet at night. One day I'll share with you guys my porcelain doll story, the first story that I ever wrote. That'll be fun. If I ever publish a book, I'll put it in the back or something. That would be awesome. Oh, Slime in the Basement? Maybe that's what... I only remember the purple peanut butter one. Used to sacrifice your sister's Barbies. I know, they're spooky, man. The Blob That Ate Everyone? That's a perfect title. Okay, I'll see if I have it. I do have some Goosebumps. I'm not sure if I have that one or not. I'll have to check. And my freaking used bookstore closed down. So now I have to drive to freaking an hour away to go to a used bookstore, which sucks. To name one of the dolls Richard, and then it will be all that doll's fault. The Blob one? I don't remember that one. All right. Okay, guys. I am off to eat lunch, read The Caretaker, and be cozy on the last 2 cool days of the year before summer strikes with a vengeance. Do you guys have any plans for the day, or are you guys just hanging out? I was lucky enough that when we had a bookstore I had a used bookstore right down the street from me before it closed down, and I actually found like 90s versions of Goosebump books, and they were $1 or $2. That is so funny. I don't remember the Blob one at all. Yes, Morty. Send your what do you call that? Motivation? Send your motivation my way, please. I really, really, really have to start writing again. I really need to make time. Yes, an hour of reading before bed. Yes. I'm off to bed. Yeah. Yeah, you UK people. But I want to write doll horror now. Just stay up late and write creepy stories and traumatize your siblings. Oh, a wheel category? What? Just dolls in general or what? Oh, thank you. I got this in like a horror box a long time ago. I wish they still had that. It was like a monthly subscription and they just sent you cool horror merchandise every month. It was actually really cool. We all need to get back into writing and hold ourselves accountable, hold each other accountable. But it's so hard. So, wait, do you want to add a doll category or what category do you want to add? Dolls? Or just like nostalgic or what? What are we talking? And then, as always, I will post that thing on Instagram. I'll get suggestions from Instagram. And then I'll make the wheel. The wheel will choose our fate and select 6 options. And then Patreon will choose the book for book club. And if you don't like it, then you can blame Richard. Oh, yeah, I like that. Possession/cursed objects. Yes. Yes. Cursed objects. I like that a lot because that could be dolls. It could be a bunch of different things. Yes. I know, I was like, oh, we're going to end up reading that Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House book. Maybe start with something else then. Then put away the screenplay, pick up, like, do a short story or something. Something else to get yourself motivated. What the fuck? Richard, you know it's your fault. No matter what. You know it's always your fault. You are the scapegoat of this YouTube channel. Whether you like it or not. Oh, that would be so fun to have a writers group. How would we do that? How would we do that? And then we could each be like, let's write this much per week or something like that, or this many hours or this much time or whatever. How could we do that? Exactly, Richard, you know you're the sacrificial lamb. I know. Oh, gosh, that's so funny. If you guys have any ideas on how we could do a writing thing, let me know. I don't know. I can't think of a way that we could have, I don't know, like a place, like a group chat kind of thing where it's just about books or something. I'm on it. I am on it. But yeah, if you guys can think of a way that we can start some sort of a writing thing, that would be really fun. Just a way to talk about what we're doing or get motivated or hold each other accountable. That would be cool. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think of is adding it to something like Discord or making, I don't know, can you have just like open Discords? I'm not sure how Discord works. Because that's the only thing I can think of is something like that. But I don't think that you can just have, or I haven't figured out a way to just have an open Discord without, the only thing I've seen is you have to like physically invite people and things like that. Can you? Okay, you can't have an open Discord. Do I have to make a whole nother Discord or can I just have an open writing section on Discord? I know, see that, like, not everybody has Discord, but I can't think of another way that we would be able to do that. I'll look into it. I'll see if I can figure out anything. You guys see if you can figure out anything, and then we could start something if we could figure out a way. Have a different one. Maybe a Zoom something. Oh, like a monthly thing. Okay, let me see. I'll do some research and I'll see. But I'm so bad with technology. So I'm open to ideas as well. But I'll see if I can find anything. Anything that would be cool. Because it would be nice to just be like, you know, every week, like, oh, my goal is to write 2 hours. And then at the end of the week, like, hey, how much did you write? Checking in on everyone. Oh, I only wrote 30 minutes. Why I didn't, you know, like stuff like that. I think that would be nice. To just have one section. Yeah, that's true. It should be separate. You're right. Oh, yeah, that's true. It does have movie rooms and stuff. It honestly, it did, coming from someone who's very bad with technology, it took me a second to get used to. But once you do it, it is fun. It's just like a long group chat. That's what we use for Patreon. And it is a lot of fun. And that's how we watch movies together and talk about books and all sorts of stuff. So, oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That is very true. No, I'm the same way. If I hadn't started a Patreon, I would not have had a Discord. I don't know anything about that, but honestly, it is nice because it's like a whole community of people, you know? Okay, I'll look into it. I'll see what we can do. And otherwise, thanks guys so much for hanging out. If you get any more ideas for wilderness horror books, you can leave them on Instagram for the next 24 hours. I know, and it would help me a lot too, I think. To just like even get started. I feel like that's the hardest part. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. So, yeah, okay, cool. All right. Well, then I will see you guys around. I'll post another video sometime this week over here. I'll see my Patreon people on Patreon. And then book club will be probably, I'm assuming, the last day of May. And then also we'll do the 17th for House of Leaves. So thank you guys so much. This was very fun, informative. What a crazy book, you know? I'm glad that we read this one on book club instead of me just reading it by myself. It was really nice to discuss everything. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good comment. Like everyone's into horror, so you're getting specific feedback and not general stuff. Yeah, I do like that. Oh, that's true. Well, no, but the problem is what I found is the link expires in 7 days. That's the only link I could find to my own Discord right now. Is if I send it to somebody, like if somebody is in the Patreon and can't find the link, I send it to them, but then it expires. So, or do you just need it once? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to research because, like I said, I'm freaking stupid. I don't know any of this stuff. I know. How fun is that? Could you imagine if that happened every time? And like, how nice of the author to go out of their way to like come in and answer questions. That's so lovely. That was really, really neat. So, really appreciated that. I know. I'm really excited for next week's book club too. All right, guys, I'll keep you updated on everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, even though I know some of you it's already over. And I will see you later.